Ever wondered how to outsmart the competition and rise to the top? The audiobook, The Systems Thinking Playbook, Unconventional Strategies to Become Number One, reveals unconventional strategies that will revolutionize your path to success. Harness the power of interconnectedness to anticipate trends, outmaneuver rivals, and foster innovation. Don't settle for mediocrity. Learn to think differently and lead your field. Miss out, and you might find yourself playing catch-up in a rapidly evolving world. Your path to becoming number one in your field starts here. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1. The Systems Thinking Advantage. In the relentless pursuit of excellence, there exists a powerful yet often overlooked approach that can catapult you to the pinnacle of success: systems thinking. Imagine possessing the ability to see the world not as a series of isolated events, but as an intricate web of interconnected elements, each influencing and being influenced by the others. This is the essence of systems thinking, and it's the key that unlocks doors to unparalleled achievement and innovation. As you embark on this journey through the Systems Thinking Playbook, you're about to discover a set of unconventional strategies that will revolutionize your approach to problem-solving, decision-making, and strategic planning. These strategies are not mere theoretical concepts. They are practical tools that, when applied diligently, will transform you into a master of your domain, capable of navigating complex challenges with ease and precision. The first time you go through this book, you'll develop a foundational understanding of systems thinking that will begin to reshape your perception of the world around you. You'll start to identify interconnected elements in your own systems, whether they're in your personal life, your career, or your business ventures. This newfound awareness will be like putting on a pair of glasses that suddenly brings the world into sharp focus, revealing relationships and patterns that were previously invisible to you. But this is just the beginning. As you continue to apply these principles over time, you'll witness a remarkable transformation. Your ability to foresee potential outcomes and strategically position yourself for success will become second nature. You'll develop a mastery of strategic foresight and interconnectedness that sets you apart from your peers. More importantly, you'll gain the ability to design and implement systems that consistently outperform others, placing you firmly at the forefront of your field. So, what exactly is systems thinking? At its core, systems thinking is an approach to problem solving that views problems as parts of an overall system rather than reacting to specific parts, outcomes, or events. It focuses on cyclical rather than linear cause and effect. This perspective allows you to see how different elements within a system interrelate and how systems work over time and within the context of larger systems. The power of interconnectedness cannot be overstated. In today's complex and rapidly changing world, understanding how various components interact is crucial for success. By recognizing these connections, you can identify leverage points where small changes can lead to significant improvements. This holistic view enables you to anticipate unintended consequences and create more robust, adaptable solutions. To harness the full potential of systems thinking, you need to familiarize yourself with key concepts and tools. These include feedback loops, which help you understand how actions reinforce or balance each other, system archetypes, which are common patterns of behavior in systems, and causal loop diagrams, which visually represent the structure of a system. Mastering these tools will equip you with a powerful set of skills to analyze and influence complex systems. Implementing a systems approach involves several critical steps. First, you must learn to identify system boundaries and components. Next, you'll need to map the relationships between these components and understand how they influence each other. Then, you'll analyze feedback loops and system behavior over time. Finally, you'll develop strategies to intervene effectively in the system to achieve desired outcomes. The order of these steps is crucial. They form a logical progression that builds your systems thinking skills systematically. By starting with the basics of system identification and gradually moving to more complex analysis and intervention strategies, you ensure a comprehensive understanding that allows you to apply these concepts effectively in real-world situations. The benefits of adopting a systems approach are manifold. Perhaps the most significant is the ability to engage in holistic problem solving. Instead of treating symptoms, you'll address root causes. This approach leads to more sustainable and effective solutions, as you're not just putting out fires, but preventing them from starting in the first place. Moreover, systems thinking allows you to leverage interdependencies within a system. By understanding how different parts of a system influence each other, you can identify high-leverage actions that produce outsized results. This efficiency is a hallmark of those who rise to the top of their fields. As we delve deeper into this book, you'll encounter a series of unconventional strategies that build upon the foundation of systems thinking. Each chapter will introduce you to a unique approach that, when combined with systems thinking, will give you an unparalleled advantage in your pursuit of becoming number one. For instance, you'll learn about the importance of mapping your ignorance, a counterintuitive yet powerful strategy that turns your unknowns into strengths. This approach will help you identify blind spots and transform them into opportunities for growth and innovation. You'll also discover how to reverse engineer success, a method that allows you to deconstruct and adapt proven strategies to your unique context. This skill is invaluable in accelerating your progress and avoiding common pitfalls that hinder others. As you progress through the book, you'll encounter strategies that might seem paradoxical at first glance. For example, you'll learn about the critical importance of implementing Slack in your system. While it may seem counterintuitive in a world obsessed with efficiency, you'll come to understand how this approach builds resilience and flexibility, allowing you to thrive in uncertain environments. These unconventional strategies are not isolated techniques, but interconnected parts of a larger system. As you integrate them into your thinking and practice, you'll develop a systems mindset that becomes second nature. This mindset will allow you to see opportunities where others see obstacles, to create synergies where others see conflicts, and to innovate where others stagnate. Preparing for a systems mindset requires openness to new ways of thinking and a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom. It demands that you look beyond immediate causes and effects to understand the deeper structures that drive system behavior. This shift in perspective can be challenging at first, but the rewards are immeasurable. As you embark on this journey, remember that becoming a systems thinker is not an overnight transformation. It's a gradual process of expanding your awareness, honing your analytical skills, and developing new mental models. Each chapter in this book will build upon the last, guiding you through this transformation step by step. The strategies you'll learn are not just theoretical concepts. They are practical tools that have been tested and proven in real-world situations. They are the same strategies used by some of the most successful individuals and organizations across various fields. By mastering these strategies, you'll be equipped to tackle complex challenges, seize hidden opportunities, and consistently outperform your competitors. As we conclude this introductory chapter, you stand at the threshold of a transformative journey. The path ahead will challenge you to think differently, to see the world through a new lens, and to approach problems with a level of sophistication that few possess. It's a path that leads not just to success, but to sustained excellence and leadership in your chosen field. The chapters that follow will each unveil a unique strategy, building upon the foundation of systems thinking we've laid here. As you turn the page to Chapter 2, prepare to confront one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools in the arsenal of a systems thinker. It's a strategy that turns conventional wisdom on its head, challenging you to look not at what you know, but at what you don't know. Are you ready to map the terrain of your own ignorance and discover the hidden pathways to breakthrough insights. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2. Map your ignorance. In the pursuit of excellence, we often focus on what we know, our strengths, and our expertise. But what if the key to becoming number one lies not in what we know, but in what we don't know? This chapter introduces a counterintuitive yet powerful strategy that will revolutionize your approach to learning, innovation, and strategic thinking. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, unexplored territory. The landscape before you is shrouded in mist, concealing both dangers and opportunities. Most people would turn back, intimidated by the unknown. But you, armed with the tools of systems thinking, see this uncharted terrain differently. You recognize it as a map waiting to be drawn, a source of untapped potential that could catapult you ahead of your competitors. This is the essence of mapping your ignorance. It's about turning the spotlight on the gaps in your knowledge and understanding, not to expose weaknesses, but to uncover new frontiers of growth and innovation. In a world where information is abundant, but true insight is rare, the ability to navigate and exploit the unknown becomes a formidable competitive advantage. But why is this approach so crucial for those aiming to reach the pinnacle of their field through innovative, strategic systems thinking? The answer lies in the nature of complex systems and the rapidly evolving landscape of modern business and technology. First, by actively seeking out and acknowledging what you don't know, you avoid the trap of blind spots. These blind spots are the unseen pitfalls that can derail even the most well-thought-out strategies. They're the assumptions we don't know we're making, the connections we fail to see, and the emerging trends we overlook. By mapping your ignorance, you shine a light on these potential pitfalls before they become problems. Moreover, in the realm of innovation and strategic thinking, unknowns are not just risks to be mitigated, they're opportunities waiting to be seized. When you transform your approach to the unknown from one of avoidance to one of exploration, you open doors to competitive advantages that others miss. You position yourself to ask questions no one else is asking, to see connections that others overlook, and to innovate in ways that leave your competitors scrambling to catch up. To truly harness the power of this approach, we must first understand the nature of the unknown. It's not a monolithic entity, but a diverse landscape with varying degrees of uncertainty and potential. Some areas of ignorance are known to us. We're aware that we lack knowledge in these domains. These are our known unknowns. Other areas are more insidious, the unknown unknowns that we don't even realize we're ignorant about. Identifying these knowledge gaps requires a blend of self-reflection, systematic analysis, and openness to feedback. It involves questioning your assumptions, seeking out diverse perspectives, and constantly pushing the boundaries of your understanding. This process can be uncomfortable as it challenges our ego and our sense of competence. But it's in this discomfort that growth and innovation thrive. Embracing uncertainty is a crucial part of this process. In a complex, interconnected world, certainty is often an illusion. By acknowledging and embracing uncertainty, you develop a more nuanced and realistic view of the systems you're operating in. This mindset allows you to adapt more quickly to changes, to see opportunities where others see only chaos, and to make more informed decisions in the face of ambiguity. But how do we go about actually mapping our ignorance? It's one thing to acknowledge that we don't know everything, but quite another to systematically explore and document these unknowns. This is where specific tools and frameworks come into play. One powerful technique is the creation of a knowledge map. This isn't just a list of things you don't know, it's a visual representation of your current knowledge landscape, including both what you know and what you don't. Start by identifying the key domains relevant to your field or goals. Then, for each domain, assess your level of knowledge and understanding. Be honest with yourself. The goal isn't to impress, but to accurately gauge where you stand. As you build this map, you'll start to see patterns emerge. You might notice clusters of strong knowledge in certain areas and vast expanses of uncertainty in others. Pay particular attention to the boundaries between what you know and what you don't. These borderlands are often fertile ground for new insights and innovations. Another useful framework is the Johari window, a tool that helps you understand your blind spots by comparing your self-perception with how others perceive you. To use it, select adjectives describing your skills, then ask others to do the same for you. The results fall into 4 categories: known to both, known only to you, known only to others, your blind spots, and unknown to both. Focus on the blind spots. These are areas where others see something in you that you don't recognize. By regularly using this tool and seeking feedback, you can uncover unknown unknowns and expand your self-awareness, effectively mapping your ignorance. As you engage in this mapping process, you'll likely find it both enlightening and humbling. You may discover gaps in areas you thought you understood well, or uncover connections between seemingly disparate fields of knowledge. This is where the real power of mapping your ignorance begins to manifest. Transforming ignorance into opportunity is the next crucial step. It's not enough to simply know what you don't know. You must leverage this awareness to drive learning, innovation, and strategic advantage. This transformation begins with a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing gaps in your knowledge as weaknesses to be hidden or quickly filled, view them as exciting opportunities for exploration and growth. When you encounter an area of ignorance, ask yourself, what new perspectives might this unknown territory offer? How could understanding this gap change my approach to current challenges? What innovations might emerge if I delve into this uncharted area? Learning from the unknown involves more than just acquiring new information. It's about developing the skills to navigate uncertainty, to ask insightful questions, and to connect disparate pieces of knowledge in novel ways. It's about becoming comfortable with discomfort and viewing every interaction, every challenge, as an opportunity to expand your understanding. However, this approach is not without its pitfalls. One common trap is becoming paralyzed by the vastness of what you don't know. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you start to map out all the areas where your knowledge is lacking. The key is to maintain a balance. Acknowledge your ignorance, but don't let it immobilize you. To avoid this paralysis, focus on actionable steps. Prioritize areas of ignorance that are most relevant to your current goals or challenges. Set specific learning objectives and create a plan to address them. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all ignorance, an impossible task, but to strategically expand your knowledge in ways that drive innovation and competitive advantage. Practical exercises can help you put these concepts into action. Start by conducting a personal knowledge audit. Set aside time to reflect on your field of expertise or the challenge you're currently facing. Write down what you know with certainty, what you think you know but aren't sure about, and what you know you don't know. Be as specific as possible. Next, create a mind map of your known and unknown areas. Start with a central concept or goal, then branch out into related topics. For each branch, assess your level of knowledge and mark areas of uncertainty. This visual representation can help you identify patterns and connections you might have missed. As you engage in these exercises, consider the potential outcomes. At a good level, you'll gain increased awareness of your knowledge gaps. This alone can significantly improve your decision-making and strategic planning. At an excellent level, this awareness will drive proactive learning and adaptation. You'll become more agile, able to quickly identify and fill critical knowledge gaps as they arise. But the best outcome goes beyond personal growth. By systematically exploring your ignorance, you position yourself to achieve strategic innovation from new insights. You'll ask questions others haven't thought to ask, approach problems from angles others haven't considered, and create solutions that leave your competitors wondering how they missed such obvious opportunities. Of course, challenges will arise as you implement this strategy. You might find yourself overemphasizing unknowns, leading to decision paralysis or a loss of confidence. To counter this, establish clear criteria for prioritizing which areas of ignorance to focus on. Regularly reassess your knowledge map, celebrating the areas where unknowns have become knowns. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Maintain your focus by setting specific, achievable learning goals tied to your broader objectives. Celebrate small victories and use them as motivation to continue exploring and expanding your knowledge. As we conclude this chapter, you now possess a powerful tool for gaining a competitive edge through strategic ignorance mapping. But this is just one piece of the puzzle in your journey to becoming number one. As you turn the page to the next chapter, prepare to dive into a strategy that will challenge your perceptions of success itself. How can you learn from those who have already achieved what you aspire to without simply imitating them? The answer lies in a process of deconstruction and adaptation that will revolutionize your approach to achieving excellence. Are you ready to reverse engineer your path to the top? Chapter 3: Reverse Engineer Success. In the relentless pursuit of excellence, we often find ourselves gazing up at those who have already reached the pinnacle of success, wondering how they managed to scale such heights. What if there was a way to unravel the mystery of their achievements, to peer inside the intricate machinery of their success and understand its inner workings? This chapter introduces a powerful strategy that does just that, offering you a unique lens through which to view and replicate the triumphs of others. Imagine standing before a complex, finely tuned machine. Its gears turn smoothly, its parts work in perfect harmony, and it produces remarkable results. Now, picture yourself carefully taking this machine apart, examining each component, understanding how they fit together, and then rebuilding it to suit your own needs. This process of deconstruction, analysis, and reconstruction is the essence of reverse engineering success. But why is this approach so crucial for those aiming to become number one through innovative, strategic systems thinking? The answer lies in the efficiency and effectiveness it brings to your journey towards the top. By learning from proven successes, you're not starting from scratch. You're building on the shoulders of giants, leveraging the hard-won wisdom of those who've already navigated the path you're embarking upon. This strategy allows you to streamline your path to achievement. Instead of stumbling through trial and error, you can identify the key elements that drive success and incorporate them into your own approach. It's like having a map of the territory you're about to explore, complete with notes from previous explorers about the best routes and potential pitfalls. However, reverse engineering success is not about mere imitation. It's a nuanced process that requires careful analysis and creative adaptation. To truly harness its power, we need to delve deeper into the art of deconstructing success. The first step in this process is analyzing successful systems. This involves more than just looking at the surface-level achievements. You need to dig deeper, examining the underlying structures, processes, and principles that drive these successes. Look for patterns across different success stories. What common elements do you see? What unique approaches stand out? As you engage in this analysis, you'll start to uncover key elements that contribute to success. These might include specific strategies, organizational structures, cultural factors, or even individual habits and mindsets. Pay close attention to how these elements interact within the larger system. Success is rarely the result of a single factor, but rather the synergistic effect of multiple components working in harmony. One powerful technique for this analysis is to create a success map. Start with the end result, the success you're examining, and work backwards, identifying each step and decision that led to that outcome. This visual representation can help you see connections and dependencies you might otherwise miss. As you uncover these key elements, you'll likely find some surprises. Success often hinges on factors that aren't immediately obvious from the outside. It might be a unique approach to problem solving, a counterintuitive organizational structure, or a specific way of cultivating innovation. These hidden factors are often where the real gold lies in your analysis. Now that you've deconstructed success and identified its key components, the next step is implementing reverse engineering in your own context. This is where the real challenge and opportunity lies. It's not enough to simply copy what others have done. You need to adapt these best practices to your unique situation, goals, and resources. Start by looking at the key elements you've identified. Which ones are most relevant to your situation? Which ones align with your strengths and values? Remember, not every element of someone else's success will be applicable or beneficial in your context. The art of reverse engineering lies in discerning which pieces to adopt and which to leave behind. As you begin to implement these strategies, focus on customization. How can you take the principles you've uncovered and tailor them to your specific needs and circumstances? This might involve combining elements from different success stories, adapting strategies to fit your resources, or even innovating new approaches based on the principles you've discovered. One effective approach is to start small. Choose one or two key elements to implement first. This allows you to test and refine your approach without overwhelming your system. As you see results, you can gradually incorporate more elements, always adapting and adjusting based on your specific outcomes. However, as with any powerful strategy, there are pitfalls to avoid in reverse engineering success. One common mistake is focusing too much on surface-level tactics without understanding the underlying principles. It's easy to get caught up in copying specific actions without grasping the reasoning behind them. Always strive to understand the why behind the what. Another pitfall is assuming that what worked for someone else will automatically work for you. Every success story is the result of a unique combination of factors, including timing, resources, and individual strengths. Be prepared to experiment and adjust as you implement these strategies in your own context. Ensuring authenticity is crucial in this process. While you're learning from others' successes, your ultimate goal is to create your own unique path to the top. Don't lose sight of your own vision and values in the pursuit of replicating someone else's success. The most powerful implementations of reverse engineering blend insights from others with your own unique strengths and perspectives. To help you put these concepts into practice, let's explore some practical exercises. Start by identifying a success story that resonates with you. It could be an individual, a company, or even a specific project or innovation. Spend time researching this success in depth. Look beyond the obvious facts to uncover the strategies, decisions, and factors that contributed to the outcome. Once you've gathered this information, create a detailed analysis. Break down the success into its component parts. What were the key decisions? What strategies were employed? What resources were leveraged? Look for both the obvious factors and the hidden elements that might not be immediately apparent. Next, create a customized action plan based on your analysis. How can you adapt these strategies to your own situation? What resources do you need to implement them? What obstacles might you face, and how can you overcome them? Be specific and realistic in your planning. As you engage in this process, consider the potential outcomes. At a good level, you'll gain a deeper understanding of the elements that contribute to success in your field. This alone can provide valuable insights and direction for your efforts. At an excellent level, you'll be able to effectively adapt these strategies to your own context. You'll see tangible improvements in your performance and results as you implement these proven approaches in a way that aligns with your unique situation and goals. The best outcome, however, goes beyond mere improvement. By mastering the art of reverse engineering success, you can achieve superior system performance. You'll not only match the successes you've studied, but potentially surpass them by combining insights from multiple sources with your own innovations. Of course, challenges can arise as you implement this strategy. One common issue is misinterpreting success factors. It's easy to attribute success to the wrong elements or to overlook crucial but less obvious factors. To counter this, always seek multiple perspectives in your analysis. Look for corroborating evidence across different success stories and be willing to challenge your initial assumptions. Another potential pitfall is getting lost in analysis and failing to take action. Remember, the goal is not just to understand success, but to achieve it. Balance your analysis with implementation. Start applying what you learn, even if your understanding isn't perfect. You can refine your approach as you go. As we conclude this chapter, you now possess a powerful tool for accelerating your journey to the top. By reverse engineering success, you can learn from the best, avoid common pitfalls, and chart a course that leverages proven strategies while staying true to your unique vision. But as powerful as this approach is, it's just one piece of the puzzle in your quest to become number one. As you turn the page to the next chapter, prepare to enter a realm where success is not just about individual actions, but about understanding and navigating complex interactions. What if you could predict and influence the moves of others in your field? The next strategy we'll explore opens up a whole new dimension of strategic thinking, one that could give you an unparalleled advantage in any competitive environment. Are you ready to master the game before it even begins? Chapter 4. Utilize Game Theory. In the complex arena of business and strategic decision-making, success often hinges on more than just your own actions. It's about understanding and anticipating the moves of others and how those moves interact with your own. Imagine if you could peer into the minds of your competitors, predict their strategies, and plan your moves accordingly. This chapter introduces a powerful framework that allows you to do just that, elevating your strategic thinking to new heights. At its core, this approach is about seeing the bigger picture, not just the immediate consequences of your actions, but the ripple effects that spread through the entire system. It's about recognizing that every decision you make sets off a chain reaction, influencing the decisions of others, which in turn affect your future options. This interconnected web of decisions and outcomes forms the basis of what we call game theory. But why is this approach so crucial for those aiming to become number one through innovative, strategic systems thinking? The answer lies in the unparalleled advantage it provides in competitive environments. By understanding the principles of game theory, you can enhance your competitive strategy in ways that go far beyond traditional planning. One of the key benefits of this approach is the ability to anticipate competitor moves. Instead of merely reacting to what others do, you can proactively plan for multiple scenarios, considering not just what your competitors might do, but why they might do it. This foresight allows you to stay several steps ahead, positioning yourself for success, regardless of how the competitive landscape shifts. To truly harness the power of game theory, we need to delve into its basics. At its heart, game theory is about understanding strategic interaction. It's a framework for analyzing situations where the outcome of your decisions depends not just on what you do, but on what others do as well. This interdependence is what makes game theory so powerful and so complex. In the context of systems thinking, game theory plays a crucial role. It helps us understand how different parts of a system interact and influence each other. By viewing competitive situations through the lens of game theory, we can identify patterns, predict outcomes, and make more informed decisions. One of the fundamental concepts in game theory is the idea of Nash equilibrium, named after mathematician John Nash. This concept describes a situation where each player is making the best decision for themselves, given what others are doing. Understanding Nash equilibrium can help you identify stable strategies and predict likely outcomes in competitive situations. Another key concept is the distinction between cooperative and non-cooperative games. In cooperative games, players can form alliances and make binding agreements. In non-cooperative games, each player acts independently. Understanding which type of game you're in can dramatically influence your strategy. Now, let's explore how we can apply game theory to outmaneuver competitors. The first step is to map out the competitive landscape. Who are the key players? What are their objectives? What actions are available to them? By creating a comprehensive picture of the competitive environment, you lay the groundwork for strategic analysis. Next, consider the possible moves and counter-moves. If you take action A, how might your competitors respond, and how would those responses affect your future options? This process of thinking several moves ahead is at the heart of strategic game theory. One powerful technique is to create a decision tree. Start with your potential actions, then branch out to consider possible competitor responses, your counter responses, and so on. This visual representation can help you see potential paths and outcomes more clearly. Creating strategic advantage through game theory often involves finding dominant strategies, actions that are optimal regardless of what others do. It can also involve identifying and exploiting Nash equilibria that are favorable to you. Sometimes the key to success is changing the game itself by introducing new options or altering the payoffs. Game theory isn't just theoretical, it has numerous real-world applications. In business, it's used to analyze market entry strategies, pricing decisions, and negotiations. In politics, it helps in understanding international relations and conflict resolution. Even in everyday life, game theory can provide insights into social interactions and decision-making. One famous example of game theory in action is the prisoner's dilemma. This scenario illustrates how individual rational decisions can lead to suboptimal outcomes for all parties. Understanding such paradoxes can help you navigate complex decision-making environments more effectively. To enhance your decision-making using game theory, start by identifying the key players and their potential strategies in any given situation. Consider the payoffs for each possible outcome, not just for you, but for all involved parties. Look for dominant strategies and equilibrium points, and always consider the long-term consequences of your actions, not just the immediate results. Let's put these concepts into practice with some exercises. Start by analyzing a competitive scenario in your industry using game theory principles. Identify the key players, their potential strategies, and the likely outcomes of different strategic combinations. Create a payoff matrix to visualize the results. Next, develop a game plan for gaining strategic advantage in this scenario. How can you position yourself to achieve the best possible outcome, regardless of what your competitors do? Consider both short-term tactics and long-term strategies. As you engage with these exercises, think about the potential outcomes. At a good level, you'll gain improved strategic insight. You'll start to see competitive situations in a new light, recognizing patterns and possibilities you might have missed before. At an excellent level, you'll develop the ability to predict competitive positioning. You'll be able to anticipate market shifts and competitor moves with uncanny accuracy, allowing you to position yourself advantageously before others even realize what's happening. The best outcome, however, is achieving market leadership through strategic acumen. By mastering the principles of game theory and applying them consistently, you can outmaneuver competitors at every turn, setting the pace for your industry and cementing your position at the top. Of course, as with any powerful tool, there are potential pitfalls to avoid when utilizing game theory. One common issue is the overcomplication of strategies. It's easy to get lost in the complexity of game theoretical analysis, creating elaborate plans that are difficult to implement in practice. To counter this, focus on simplification techniques for clarity. Start with basic models and gradually add complexity as needed. Remember, the goal is not to create the most intricate strategy, but the most effective one. Often, the most powerful strategies are elegantly simple, built on a deep understanding of fundamental principles. Another potential issue is assuming perfect rationality from all players. In reality, people and organizations don't always act in purely rational ways. Emotions, incomplete information, and cognitive biases all play a role. To account for this, incorporate elements of behavioral game theory into your analysis, considering how psychological factors might influence decision-making. As we conclude this chapter, you now possess a powerful framework for strategic decision-making. By utilizing game theory, you can anticipate competitor moves, create robust strategies, and position yourself for long-term success in any competitive environment. But as powerful as game theory is, it's just one piece of the puzzle in your quest to become number one. As you turn the page to the next chapter, prepare to explore a dimension of success that goes beyond logic and strategy. What if the key to sustained excellence lies not just in your actions, but in the invisible force that propels those actions forward? The next strategy we'll uncover taps into a wellspring of power that can drive you relentlessly toward your goals, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Are you ready to unlock the secret of unstoppable momentum? Chapter 5: Harness Psychological Momentum. In the relentless pursuit of excellence, there exists an invisible force that can propel you forward with seemingly unstoppable energy. It's a force that, once set in motion, can carry you through obstacles, setbacks, and challenges with an almost effortless grace. This chapter unveils the secret to tapping into this powerful current, a strategy that can elevate your performance and drive you inexorably towards your goals. Imagine a snowball rolling down a mountain. At first, it moves slowly, gathering snow as it goes. But as it gains speed and size, it becomes an unstoppable force, effortlessly overcoming obstacles in its path. This is the essence of the phenomenon we're about to explore. A force that builds upon itself, growing stronger with each success, each milestone achieved. But why is this concept so crucial for those aiming to become number one through innovative, strategic systems thinking? The answer lies in its ability to sustain drive and motivation over the long haul. Success is rarely achieved overnight. It's the result of consistent effort and perseverance. By harnessing this force, you can maintain your momentum even when faced with setbacks or periods of slow progress. Moreover, this strategy isn't just about individual performance. It's about building a resilient team culture, one that can weather storms and emerge stronger. When an entire organization taps into this energy, the results can be truly transformative. So what exactly is this mysterious force we're talking about? It's what psychologists and performance experts call psychological momentum. At its core, psychological momentum is the tendency for success to breed further success and for progress to accelerate once it begins. It's the feeling of being in the zone or on a roll, a state where everything seems to flow effortlessly and success feels almost inevitable. But psychological momentum is more than just a feeling. There's solid science behind it. Research in sports psychology, organizational behavior, and cognitive science has shown that momentum can have a real, measurable impact on performance. When individuals or teams experience momentum, they often show improved focus, increased confidence, and enhanced problem-solving abilities. The science behind momentum is rooted in our brain's reward system. Each success, no matter how small, triggers a release of dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation. This not only makes us feel good, but also reinforces the behaviors that led to that success, making us more likely to repeat them. Over time, this creates a positive feedback loop where success breeds more success. Understanding the science is one thing, but how do we actually create and sustain this momentum? It starts with recognizing the factors that contribute to momentum. One key factor is setting and achieving goals. Each goal achieved, no matter how small, can serve as a stepping stone, building confidence and propelling you forward. Another crucial factor is maintaining a positive mindset. Momentum is as much psychological as it is physical. Believing in your ability to succeed can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, driving you to take the actions necessary to achieve your goals. Consistency is also vital. Momentum builds through repeated actions over time. It's not about making huge leaps forward, but about making steady progress day after day. This is where the power of habits comes into play. By establishing positive routines and sticking to them, you create a foundation for sustained momentum. One effective strategy for maintaining drive is to break larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This allows you to experience frequent wins, each one reinforcing your momentum. It's like adding fuel to a fire, keeping the flames of motivation burning bright. Another powerful technique is visualization. By vividly imagining your success, you can create a sense of momentum even before you've taken action. This mental rehearsal primes your brain for success, making it easier to take the necessary steps in reality. But harnessing psychological momentum isn't just an individual endeavor. To truly excel, you need to build a momentum-driven culture within your team or organization. This involves creating an environment where continuous improvement is not just encouraged, but expected. One way to do this is by celebrating small wins. Too often, we focus solely on big achievements, overlooking the smaller successes that pave the way. By acknowledging and celebrating these incremental victories, you reinforce the behaviors that lead to success and keep team morale high. Another key aspect of a momentum-driven culture is fostering a growth mindset. This means viewing challenges as opportunities for learning and improvement rather than as insurmountable obstacles. When your entire team approaches problems with this attitude, momentum becomes a collective force, driving the entire organization forward. Of course, building and maintaining momentum isn't without its challenges. There will be times when progress slows or setbacks occur. The key is to view these not as momentum killers, but as opportunities to demonstrate resilience. By bouncing back quickly from setbacks, you can actually strengthen your momentum, proving to yourself and others that you can overcome any obstacle. To put these concepts into practice, try some practical exercises. Start by identifying your personal momentum boosters and drainers. What activities or circumstances make you feel energized and motivated? What tends to sap your energy or enthusiasm? By recognizing these factors, you can actively seek out momentum-building experiences and minimize those that drain your energy. Next, craft a personal or team momentum strategy. This might involve setting a series of progressive goals, each building on the last. Or it could mean establishing daily routines that reinforce positive habits and keep you moving forward. The key is to create a system that consistently generates small wins, feeding into the larger momentum of your overall goals. As you implement these strategies, consider the potential outcomes. At a good level, you'll experience sustained motivation. You'll find it easier to stay on track with your goals, even when faced with challenges or distractions. At an excellent level, you'll achieve continuous progress. Momentum will become a self-reinforcing cycle where each success propels you towards the next. You'll find yourself consistently outperforming your previous bests, always reaching for new heights. The best outcome, however, is achieving peak performance and resilience. When you fully harness psychological momentum, you enter a state of flow where high performance feels effortless. Moreover, you develop the resilience to quickly regain your momentum even after significant setbacks. Of course, as with any powerful strategy, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of. One common issue is burnout. In the pursuit of maintaining momentum, it's easy to push yourself too hard, leading to exhaustion and an eventual loss of motivation. To counter this, it's crucial to build in periods of rest and recovery. Think of it like interval training, periods of intense effort followed by strategic recovery. This approach allows you to maintain high performance over the long term without burning out. Another potential issue is the loss of momentum due to external factors or prolonged setbacks. When this happens, it's important to have strategies for reinvigoration. This might involve revisiting your core motivations, setting new exciting goals, or changing your environment to provide fresh stimulation. Remember, momentum is not about constant, unrelenting forward motion. It's about creating a sustainable rhythm of progress, one that can adapt to the natural ebbs and flows of life and work. As we conclude this chapter, you now possess the knowledge to harness one of the most powerful forces in human psychology. By understanding and leveraging psychological momentum, you can drive yourself and your team towards unprecedented levels of success. But as powerful as psychological momentum is, it's just one piece of the puzzle in your quest to become number one. As you turn the page to the next chapter, prepare to enter a realm where success isn't just about driving forward, but about creating the conditions for unexpected breakthroughs. What if you could design your systems to generate innovations you never even imagined? The next strategy we'll explore opens up a world of possibilities where the most groundbreaking ideas emerge, not from careful planning, but from the complex interactions within your system. Are you ready to unlock the power of emergence? Chapter 6, Design for Emergence. In the pursuit of becoming number one, we often focus on careful planning and strategic execution. But what if the key to true innovation and unparalleled success lies not in meticulous blueprints, but in creating the conditions for something unexpected and extraordinary to arise. This chapter introduces a concept that may seem counterintuitive at first, but has the power to revolutionize your approach to innovation and problem solving. Imagine a flock of birds in flight, moving with a grace and coordination that seems almost choreographed. Yet there's no leader, no grand plan. The mesmerizing patterns emerge from simple interactions between individual birds. This phenomenon, where complex behaviors arise from simple rules, is at the heart of what we're about to explore. But why is this concept so crucial for those aiming to become number one through innovative, strategic systems thinking? The answer lies in its unparalleled ability to foster innovation and creativity. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to generate novel solutions and adapt to dynamic environments is more valuable than ever. By understanding and harnessing this phenomenon, you can create systems that not only respond to change, but actively generate innovative solutions. So, what exactly is this mysterious force we're talking about? It's called emergence, and it's a fundamental concept in complex systems theory. Emergence occurs when the interactions between parts of a system give rise to new properties or behaviors that couldn't be predicted by looking at the individual components alone. It's the magic that turns a collection of neurons into a conscious mind, or a group of programmers into a thriving tech ecosystem. Understanding emergence in systems requires us to shift our perspective. Instead of focusing solely on individual components, we need to pay attention to the relationships and interactions between them. Emergent properties are characterized by their unpredictability and their ability to create order out of apparent chaos. They often exhibit nonlinear behavior, meaning small changes can lead to disproportionately large effects. The role of complexity is crucial here. Emergent phenomena tend to arise in systems with many interacting parts, where the interactions are nonlinear and the system is far from equilibrium. This might sound chaotic, and in a sense it is, but it's from this edge of chaos that the most innovative and adaptive solutions often emerge. So how do we create conditions for emergence? The key lies in designing open systems. Unlike closed systems, which are rigid and resistant to change, open systems are dynamic and responsive to their environment. They allow for the free flow of information, ideas, and resources, creating a fertile ground for emergent phenomena. One way to design for emergence is to focus on creating the right environment rather than trying to control every outcome. This might involve setting up flexible structures that can adapt to changing circumstances, or creating spaces for spontaneous collaboration and idea sharing. The goal is to create a system that can self-organize and evolve in response to new challenges and opportunities. Encouraging innovation is another crucial aspect of designing for emergence. This goes beyond simply asking people to think outside the box. It involves creating a culture where experimentation is valued, failure is seen as a learning opportunity, and diverse perspectives are actively sought out. By bringing together different ideas and approaches, you increase the potential for unexpected and innovative solutions to emerge. Of course, managing emergent outcomes can be challenging. By their very nature, emergent phenomena are unpredictable and can't be directly controlled. The key is to learn how to harness this spontaneity rather than trying to suppress it. This might involve developing flexible decision-making processes that can quickly adapt to new developments, or creating feedback loops that allow successful innovations to be quickly identified and amplified. Integrating new solutions that emerge from this process is equally important. This requires a willingness to challenge existing assumptions and ways of doing things. It might mean restructuring processes or even entire business models to accommodate breakthrough ideas. The organizations that excel at this are those that view change not as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth and innovation. To put these concepts into practice, try some practical exercises. Start by developing a system designed for emergence within your own organization or team. This might involve creating cross-functional teams, implementing flexible work structures, or setting up innovation labs where people can experiment with new ideas free from the constraints of day-to-day operations. Another effective approach is to organize creative workshops that encourage emergence. These could be brainstorming sessions with a twist, where participants are encouraged to build on each other's ideas in unexpected ways. Or they could be more structured exercises that deliberately bring together diverse perspectives to tackle complex problems. As you implement these strategies, consider the potential outcomes. At a good level, you'll see incremental innovations emerging from your system. These might be small improvements to existing processes or products, but they can add up to significant gains over time. At an excellent level, you'll start to see breakthrough ideas emerging. These are the kind of innovations that can open up new markets or radically improve your competitive position. They often come from unexpected connections or novel applications of existing technologies. The best outcome, however, is achieving leading-edge innovations that set new standards for your industry. These are the game-changing ideas that don't just respond to the market, but reshape it entirely. When your system is truly optimized for emergence, it becomes a wellspring of such innovations, constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Of course, as with any powerful approach, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of. One common issue is the mismanagement of unpredictable outcomes. When you design for emergence, you're inviting a degree of uncertainty into your system. This can be unsettling for those accustomed to more traditional, control-oriented management styles. To address this, it's important to develop strategies for controlled adaptation. This might involve creating rapid prototyping processes that allow you to quickly test and refine emergent ideas. Or it could mean developing flexible resource allocation systems that can quickly shift support to promising innovations. Another potential issue is the tendency to become overwhelmed by the sheer number of ideas and possibilities that can emerge from such a system. Not every emergent phenomenon will be useful or worth pursuing. The key is to develop effective filtering mechanisms that can identify the most promising innovations without stifling the overall creative process. Remember, designing for emergence is not about abdicating control or embracing chaos. It's about creating systems that are robust and adaptive, capable of generating innovative solutions to complex problems. It's about harnessing the collective intelligence and creativity of your organization in ways that go beyond what any individual or small group could achieve. As we conclude this chapter, you now possess the knowledge to tap into one of the most powerful sources of innovation and adaptation in complex systems. By designing for emergence, you can create an environment where breakthrough ideas don't just happen by chance, but become a natural and ongoing part of your organization's evolution. But as powerful as emergence is, it's just one piece of the puzzle in your quest to become number one. As you turn the page to the next chapter, prepare to explore a dimension of strategic thinking that goes beyond reacting to change. What if you could develop an almost supernatural ability to sense shifts in your environment before they become apparent to others? The next strategy we'll uncover promises to give you a radar-like awareness of your competitive landscape, allowing you to anticipate and shape the future rather than merely responding to it. Are you ready to develop your systemic radar? Chapter 7. Cultivate a systemic radar. In the ever-evolving landscape of business and innovation, success often hinges on the ability to see what others can't. Imagine possessing a sixth sense that allows you to detect subtle shifts in your environment long before they become apparent to others. This chapter introduces a concept that, when mastered, can give you an almost supernatural ability to anticipate and navigate change. Picture yourself standing on the bridge of a ship, surrounded by a dense fog. While others might be paralyzed by uncertainty, you have at your disposal a sophisticated radar system that can pierce through the mist, revealing the contours of the landscape ahead. This metaphorical radar, when applied to the complex systems of business and innovation, becomes an invaluable tool for those aspiring to lead their fields. But why is this concept so crucial for those aiming to become number one through innovative strategic systems thinking? The answer lies in its unparalleled ability to facilitate early detection of trends and changes. In today's fast-paced world, being reactive is no longer enough. To truly excel, you need to be proactive, anticipating shifts before they occur, and positioning yourself to capitalize on emerging opportunities. This approach allows you to stay ahead of the curve, not just keeping pace with change, but actively shaping it. It's the difference between being buffeted by the winds of change and harnessing those winds to propel you forward. So what exactly is this mysterious capability we're talking about? We call it a systemic radar, and it's far more than just keeping an eye on industry news or following market trends. A systemic radar is a holistic approach to observing and interpreting the complex web of interactions that make up your business environment. At its core, a systemic radar is about developing a heightened awareness of the interconnections within your system. It's about training yourself to notice not just individual events or trends, but the relationships between them. This systemic view allows you to spot patterns and emerging trends that others might miss. In a dynamic environment where change is the only constant, having a well-developed systemic radar is not just advantageous, it's essential. It allows you to navigate uncertainty with confidence, making informed decisions even when the path forward isn't clear. But how does one go about developing this seemingly mystical ability? It starts with honing your observational skills. This isn't just about gathering more information. It's about developing the ability to see the significance in seemingly unrelated events. It's about training your mind to notice the subtle cues and weak signals that often precede major shifts. One effective technique is to practice what we might call wide-angle observation. Instead of focusing narrowly on your immediate concerns, make a habit of regularly scanning your broader environment. Look beyond your industry, beyond your usual sources of information. Sometimes, the most significant insights come from unexpected places. Another crucial aspect of developing your systemic radar is mastering the art of forecasting and trend analysis. This isn't about predicting the future with certainty, an impossible task in complex systems. Rather, it's about developing the ability to identify potential futures and prepare for a range of scenarios. One approach to this is to regularly engage in scenario planning exercises. Imagine different possible futures for your industry or market and think through the implications of each. What events or trends might lead to each scenario? What early warning signs might indicate which scenario is unfolding? Leveraging your systemic radar for competitive advantage involves more than just spotting trends. It's about translating those insights into action. Early detection of changes allows you to position yourself strategically, adapting your approach before your competitors even realize the need for change. This proactive stance enables you to engage in what we might call preemptive innovation. Instead of scrambling to catch up with emerging trends, you can be at the forefront, shaping the direction of your industry. This is how market leaders are born, not by following trends, but by creating them. To put these concepts into practice, try incorporating some practical exercises into your routine. Start by building a systemic observation habit. Set aside time each day or week to scan your environment, looking for weak signals and emerging patterns. Cast your net wide, considering not just your immediate industry, but adjacent fields and seemingly unrelated areas. Another valuable exercise is to regularly analyze trends for strategic planning. Look for convergences, places where multiple trends intersect. These intersection points often indicate areas ripe for innovation or disruption. By identifying these hotspots early, you can position yourself to take advantage of emerging opportunities. As you develop your systemic radar, consider the potential outcomes. At a good level, you'll achieve timely awareness of changes in your environment. You'll be able to spot shifts as they're happening, rather than after the fact. This alone can give you a significant edge over competitors who are slower to recognize and respond to change. At an excellent level, you'll be able to use your systemic radar for strategic positioning. You'll not only see changes coming, but understand their implications deeply enough to make bold, forward-thinking moves. This is the level at which you start to shape your competitive landscape rather than merely reacting to it. The best outcome, however, is when you're continuously leading trends. At this level, your systemic radar becomes so finely tuned that you're consistently ahead of the curve. You're not just anticipating the future, you're actively creating it. This is the hallmark of true industry leaders and innovators. Of course, as with any powerful tool, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of when cultivating your systemic radar. One common issue is becoming overwhelmed by information. In our data-rich world, it's easy to fall into the trap of trying to monitor everything. This can lead to paralysis by analysis, where you're so busy trying to process information that you fail to act on it. To counter this, it's crucial to develop techniques for effective filtering. This might involve setting up systems to automatically sift through data, highlighting only the most relevant or unusual information for your personal attention. It could also mean developing mental models that help you quickly categorize and prioritize incoming information. Another helpful approach is to cultivate a network of trusted sensors, colleagues, mentors, or industry contacts who can help you filter and make sense of information. By leveraging diverse perspectives, you can gain a more comprehensive view of your environment while avoiding information overload. Remember, the goal of your systemic radar isn't to predict the future with certainty. In complex systems, precise prediction is often impossible. Instead, the aim is to develop a nuanced understanding of your environment that allows you to navigate uncertainty with confidence and agility. As we conclude this chapter, you now possess the knowledge to develop a powerful systemic radar, giving you an unparalleled ability to detect and respond to changes in your environment. This capability, when fully developed, can be the difference between being a market leader and a follower, between shaping the future and being shaped by it. But as powerful as a systemic radar is, it's just one piece of the puzzle in your quest to become number one. As you turn the page to the next chapter, prepare to explore a concept that might seem counterintuitive in our efficiency-obsessed world. What if the key to sustained success and resilience lies not in maximizing every resource, but in deliberately building in extra capacity? The next strategy will uncover challenges conventional wisdom about optimization and efficiency, promising to give you a level of adaptability and resilience that can weather any storm. Are you ready to discover the power of Slack in your system? Chapter 8. Implement Slack in your system. In a world obsessed with efficiency and optimization, the idea we're about to explore might seem counterintuitive, even heretical. But what if the key to becoming number one isn't about squeezing every last drop of productivity from your resources? What if instead, the secret lies in deliberately building in extra capacity, in creating space for the unexpected? Imagine a highway during rush hour. Cars packed bumper to bumper, moving at a crawl. Now picture that same highway with fewer cars, each with room to maneuver. When an unexpected obstacle appears, which scenario allows for smoother, more efficient flow? This simple analogy hints at the powerful concept we're about to uncover. But why is this approach so crucial for those aiming to become number one through innovative, strategic systems thinking? The answer lies in its unparalleled ability to build resilience and flexibility into your systems. In today's volatile, uncertain world, the ability to absorb disruptions and adapt to change is often the difference between thriving and merely surviving. This strategy allows you to maintain performance under pressure, to bend without breaking when faced with unexpected challenges. It's the difference between a brittle system that shatters at the first sign of stress and a robust one that can weather any storm. So what exactly is this mysterious resource we're talking about? We call it Slack, and it's far more than just idle capacity or wasted resources. Slack is strategic redundancy, purposefully built into your systems to enhance their overall performance and resilience. At its core, implementing Slack is about rethinking our approach to efficiency. For decades, businesses have been taught to eliminate waste, to optimize every process, to run as lean as possible. And while efficiency is important, taken to extremes, it can lead to fragile systems that crumble under pressure. The benefits of Slack are numerous and far-reaching. It provides a buffer against uncertainty, allowing your system to absorb shocks without compromising performance. It creates space for innovation and creativity, giving people the breathing room to think beyond immediate tasks and explore new ideas. And perhaps most importantly, it allows for rapid adaptation in the face of change. Consider the risks of over-optimization. A system running at 100% capacity might seem ideal, but it leaves no room for error, no capacity to handle unexpected surges in demand or sudden disruptions in supply. It's like a tightrope walker with no safety net, impressive when everything goes perfectly, but catastrophic at the slightest misstep. So how do we go about building slack into our systems? It starts with a shift in mindset. Instead of viewing unused capacity as waste, we need to see it as a valuable resource, a form of insurance against uncertainty. One strategy for building in flexibility is to maintain reserve capacity in critical areas. This might mean keeping a certain percentage of your production capacity in reserve or maintaining a buffer of inventory beyond immediate needs. In human systems, it could mean ensuring that team members have time for learning and development rather than filling every moment with task-oriented work. Balancing efficiency and resilience is key. The goal isn't to eliminate efficiency altogether, but to find the sweet spot where your system is lean enough to be competitive, yet robust enough to handle unexpected challenges. This balance will be different for every organization and may shift over time as circumstances change. The advantages of a resilient system become clear when disruptions hit. While brittle, over-optimized systems may crumble under pressure, resilient systems with built-in slack can absorb shocks and maintain performance. This ability to weather storms without significant degradation in output or quality can be a major competitive advantage. Moreover, systems with slack are often better equipped to seize unexpected opportunities. When a sudden market shift occurs or a new technology emerges, organizations with spare capacity can pivot quickly to take advantage, while their leaner competitors struggle to reallocate resources. To put these concepts into practice, try some practical exercises. Start by evaluating your current system efficiency. Look for areas where you're running at or near full capacity most of the time. These are potential weak points in your system, areas where introducing slack could significantly enhance resilience. Next, experiment with introducing slack for resilience. This doesn't mean suddenly scaling back operations across the board. Instead, start small. Choose one area of your system and deliberately build in some extra capacity. It might be adding a buffer to project timelines, increasing inventory for critical components, or giving team members dedicated time for exploratory projects. As you implement these strategies, consider the potential outcomes. At a good level, you'll see improved system flexibility. Your organization will become more adaptable, better able to handle minor disruptions without significant impact on performance. At an excellent level, you'll achieve resilient operations. Your system will be able to absorb major shocks and disruptions, maintaining high levels of performance even under challenging conditions. This resilience can become a major competitive advantage, allowing you to thrive in environments that cripple less robust competitors. The best outcome, however, is consistent high performance. This might seem paradoxical. How can building in inefficiency lead to higher performance? The answer lies in the long-term view. While systems without slack might achieve higher peak performance in ideal conditions, systems with appropriate slack maintain high performance across a wide range of conditions. Over time, this consistency often translates to superior overall results. Of course, as with any powerful strategy, there are potential pitfalls to be aware of when implementing slack. One common issue is the mismanagement of resources. It's easy for slack to devolve into genuine waste if not properly managed. The key is to view slack as a strategic resource, not a luxury or a buffer for poor planning. To address this, develop strategies for effective resource allocation. Regularly review where slack exists in your system and whether it's providing the intended benefits. Be prepared to reallocate slack resources as needs change. Remember, the goal is resilience and flexibility, not complacency. Another potential issue is resistance from those accustomed to traditional efficiency models. Many people, especially in management roles, have been trained to view any unused capacity as waste. Overcoming this mindset may require education and demonstration of the benefits of Slack over time. It's also important to right-size your Slack. Too little, and you don't gain the benefits of resilience. Too much, and you risk genuine inefficiency. Finding the right balance is an ongoing process, requiring regular assessment and adjustment. Remember, implementing Slack isn't about becoming lazy or inefficient. It's about strategic redundancy, about building systems that are robust and adaptable. It's about recognizing that in a complex, unpredictable world, the ability to absorb shocks and seize unexpected opportunities is often more valuable than squeezing out every last bit of efficiency. As we conclude this chapter, you now possess the knowledge to implement a powerful strategy for building resilience and flexibility into your systems. By strategically incorporating Slack, you can create an organization that not only survives in turbulent times, but thrives, consistently outperforming more brittle competitors. But as powerful as Slack is, it's just one piece of the puzzle in your quest to become number one. As you turn the page to the next chapter, prepare to explore a concept that ties together everything we've discussed so far. What if there was a way to not just achieve success, but to sustain it indefinitely? The final strategy we'll uncover promises to set you on a path of continuous growth and adaptation, ensuring that your position at the top is not just reached, but maintained for the long haul. Are you ready to discover the secret of perpetual mastery? Chapter 9. The Path to Perpetual Mastery. As we reach the culmination of our journey through the Systems Thinking Playbook, it's time to step back and marvel at the transformative power of the strategies we've explored. You've come a long way since you first opened these pages, and the knowledge you've gained has the potential to revolutionize not just your approach to business and innovation, but your entire worldview. The path to becoming number one is not a destination, but a continuous journey of growth and adaptation. This final chapter is about integrating all you've learned into a cohesive approach that will set you on the path to perpetual mastery, a state of ongoing excellence and leadership that evolves with the changing landscape around you. Let's start by reflecting on how the concepts in this book can empower you. Through systems mastery, you've gained the ability to see the world in a fundamentally different way. Where others see isolated events or linear cause and effect relationships, you now perceive intricate webs of interconnection and feedback loops. This systems perspective allows you to identify leverage points and opportunities that others miss, giving you a significant advantage in any competitive environment. This newfound understanding translates directly into more confident leadership and decision-making. Armed with tools like game theory and your systemic radar, you can navigate complex situations with a level of strategic insight that sets you apart. You're no longer reacting to change, you're anticipating it, even shaping it to your advantage. But the impact of systems thinking extends far beyond your individual performance. It has the power to transform your relationships and collaborations as well. By understanding the interconnected nature of systems, you're better equipped to build stronger professional networks. You can see how different stakeholders' interests align or conflict, allowing you to create win-win situations and navigate potential pitfalls with grace. Within your team or organization, this systems perspective enhances collaboration in profound ways. You can help others see the bigger picture, aligning diverse efforts towards common goals. Your ability to design for emergence and implement Slack creates an environment where innovation thrives and the team becomes more than the sum of its parts. Consider for a moment what you're now capable of that might have seemed impossible before. Navigating complex environments with ease is now within your grasp. Where others might feel overwhelmed by the intricacy of modern business landscapes, you have the tools to map out the terrain and chart a clear course forward. Moreover, you're now equipped for strategic leadership in unpredictable situations. By understanding the principles of emergence and cultivating your systemic radar, you can make informed decisions even when the path ahead is unclear. This ability to lead confidently in the face of uncertainty is what separates true visionaries from mere managers. As you continue to practice and internalize the concepts from this book, you'll find that your results improve with less and less effort. This is the compounding effect of systems thinking. Each insight builds upon the last, creating a virtuous cycle of understanding and achievement. What once required conscious effort becomes second nature, allowing you to operate at a higher level with minimal strain. This journey of continuous improvement is at the heart of perpetual mastery. It's a commitment to lifelong learning, to constantly refining and expanding your understanding of the systems around you. But it's not just about accumulating knowledge, it's about developing adaptive systems thinking, the ability to apply your insights flexibly in ever-changing contexts. Integrating the strategies we've explored into a cohesive approach is key to sustained success. This means developing dynamic systems that can evolve and adapt over time. It's about creating feedback loops that allow you to learn from both successes and failures, constantly refining your approach. Preparing for future challenges is an integral part of this process. By cultivating your systemic radar and implementing Slack in your systems, you're not just ready for the challenges you can foresee, you're building the resilience to handle whatever unexpected disruptions may arise. Sustaining excellence over time requires more than just maintaining the status quo. It demands a willingness to evolve with change, to continuously reassess and reinvent your approach as the landscape shifts around you. This adaptability, coupled with the strategic insights you've gained, is what ensures long-term dominance in your field. As we conclude this book, I want to leave you with a powerful realization, one that encapsulates the true value of the journey you've undertaken. The strategies and concepts you've learned are not just tools for achieving success. They're keys to unlocking a new way of perceiving and interacting with the world. By mastering systems thinking, you've gained the ability to see patterns and connections that others miss. You can anticipate trends, identify opportunities, and navigate complexities with a level of insight that puts you leagues ahead of your peers. But more than that, you've developed a mindset that allows you to continually adapt and evolve. This is the true power of perpetual mastery. It's not about reaching a fixed endpoint of success, but about embarking on a journey of constant growth and transformation. You now have the ability to not just succeed in the current landscape, but to shape the landscapes of the future. Imagine being able to walk into any situation, no matter how complex or challenging, with the confidence that you can understand its underlying dynamics and craft effective strategies. Picture yourself leading organizations through periods of intense change and uncertainty, not just surviving but thriving in conditions that cripple less adaptable competitors. This is the reality that awaits you as you continue to apply and refine the skills you've developed. You're not just prepared for the future, you're equipped to create it. The path of perpetual mastery is one of ongoing discovery, of pushing boundaries and redefining what's possible. As you close this book and step back into the world, know that you carry with you a powerful set of tools and perspectives. Use them wisely, apply them boldly, and never stop learning and growing. The journey to becoming and remaining number one is ongoing, but with systems thinking as your guide, you're well equipped to lead the way. Remember, the greatest leaders and innovators in history were those who could see the world differently, who could perceive the hidden connections and leverage points that others missed. You now stand among their ranks, armed with the insights and strategies to make your mark on the world. The path ahead is yours to shape. Embrace the complexity, relish the challenges, and never stop pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Your journey of perpetual mastery begins now. As you apply these systems thinking strategies, you'll find yourself reaching new heights of success. However, true mastery requires more than just understanding systems. There's another crucial element that separates the good from the great. What if there was a way to consistently outperform others in every aspect of your life? The key to unlocking your full potential and truly winning at everything you do lies in a complementary skill set that builds upon what you've learned here. To take your newfound systems thinking abilities to the next level and achieve unparalleled success, you need to discover the audiobook How to Win at Everything You Do. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.